Hello, happy Wednesday. I just got done planning my meals for next week and realized that we are 3 weeks away from our vacation, which I'm super excited about. So I've kind of in that countdown backwards mode. Right before vacation, we usually do some carb cycling. It is quite effective, and you can do carb cycling like for 3 weeks. There is a, what is it that I'm trying to think of? In 21 Day Fix Extreme, there's a countdown to competition, and it's 3 weeks of carb cycling. I tried it. I'm not a fan. I can't carb cycle for that long. But I have found that just doing the week of carb cycling right before we go on a vacation, very effective. So that's what we will be doing. And I'll go ahead and share my screen. So we're not doing that next week. And then I found, so I actually went, let me go ahead and share my screen. I actually went to my website and I was like, let me just pull up a menu that I've done before. So I went to the What's Working Here website. I went under meal plans, and when you hover over that, it's going to pop up some different categories there. So I went to 80 Day Obsession because I have been following the Time Nutrition meal plan because I feel like that gets me the best results. And so I popped that one open, and then, oh no, don't do that. I didn't mean to push that. Go back. Okay, well, so I popped that open, but then I went back. Okay, it left me where I was. So I went down, you can see I went to page like 3 or something. I went back a few times because I did sometimes. So our weather right now in Texas is crazy. It was 80 degrees yesterday. We literally turned back on the air conditioner so that we weren't sweating at night. And then this morning a cold front came, and now it is, the high was 50 and now it's like 44 degrees outside. So it's crazy to know, like, I don't know about you, but sometimes I like to eat, like, I don't want to eat chili in the summer when it's warm, and I want to eat nice, more cold weather foods when it's cold and warm weather foods when it's warm. So I was like, let me look at the, at the weather to see kind of what we're going to eat. So I kind of went back to February and pulled those up, and I was like, ooh, wheat and gluten free. That's a great idea. Kind of going with I don't know if you guys have seen the information that's coming out about the 4-week gut health protocol. You can find that information on my website as well if you want to get a peek into that under workout reviews. You will find that there. It is, I think I put it under workout reviews. It's a workout and it's a nutrition program, so it's two things all balled up into one. But so I'm going to do that. So I decided, it's like, ooh, that's a good idea, but I don't want to do it too soon. So I'm going to save that one for next week. So 1 week before my vacation, we'll carb cycle. 2 weeks before vacation, we'll do this wheat and gluten-free menu. So for this week, I went back and pulled up this menu, and then I just pulled them up side by side. Once you click on it, you can scroll down and you'll see the meal plan. So I just put them side by side and just pulled things over and copied and pasted a little bit, and that's how I've picked this week's meal plan. So I'll go through with you really quick and let you know how I do my meal planning if this is your first time joining me. So I like to pull up a template, and you can find the meal plan templates if you go to the What's Working Here resource library. Under there, you'll enter the password, which is working, and then you can find the different meal plan templates. I have everything A through F. If you're doing carb cycling, time nutrition, morning, noon, night workouts, all the stuff there to help you get set up. So I start with my meal plan. I put in the dates and then anything we have going on. So I'll know, like, okay, Monday is my night to take soccer practice, so I'll either, one of my favorite things to do since I work from home is I'll make lunch during dinner. I'll make dinner during lunch, so then it's ready to go. Or I'll just start dinner like insanely early, so then I'll pack it up and bring it with me to eat. And then anything else that's going on, I just write down those different things so you know if what you have time to make and if you need to have something on the go, those types of things. So that's the first thing I do. And then the second thing, I start filling in my meals. So my meal 1 is always my Shakeology. And I will say, I've said this before, sometimes I swap that meal 1 and meal 2. I may have my meal 2 first and then have my shake later. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling like. So copy and paste that down all the way. And then I pick meal 2 is kind of like a second breakfast or like a morning snack. So I pick 2 of those for the week and then I alternate them. So I figured this Sunday I'm going to have some time to cook some bacon. So I'll cook some extra bacon and I'll make BLT wraps for the week. And then I alternated that with a ham, spinach, and mushroom omelet with toast. And so then I just alternated those throughout the week. Sunday is not going to be out, so let's leave that. So usually meal 3, during the week it's leftovers. On the weekends I leave it open for a salad or sandwich. Or sometimes Sundays we usually end up grabbing Panera or something like that. And then the second thing I do is I pick 2 meal 4s for the week. So meal 4 is like my afternoon snack. So I've picked 2 of those. I've got the carrots, hummus, and grapes, and then cucumbers, cashews, and strawberries. So I am really loving, we have like these little cucumbers that come like in a bag, and they almost look like if you're gonna get like a big pickle. It's like before it becomes pickles, that's the size of the cucumber. So I'm really enjoying those right now. And eating those up. So I'm going to continue getting those. So then I alternated those for the week. So now all I have left to do is plan my dinners, which become lunches during the week. So I think I ended up going with pretty much everything that was on the menu that I pulled up. So I did look, it's still supposed to stay cool here this weekend. So I will do chili, probably my last chili of the season. And we usually make our chili into like Frito pie, so I could probably borrow a little bit of my blue container as well. And then my orange container, sometimes it goes with the meal, sometimes it's just extra rando. I like pumpkin seeds. I'll actually use my little orange container and scoop them into my little pumpkin seed bag, and I'll usually snack on those while I'm making dinner. So it's kind of my making dinner snack. And then chili becomes lunch for the next day. And then the next meal I chose was the shrimp and turkey sausage gumbo. That is a Fix8 recipe, and you can find that on Beachbody On Demand. And then I serve it with some brown rice. And then, like I mentioned, I'll just throw in some olives probably to snack on while I'm making that. And then that becomes lunch the next day. The next meal I had was a Swedish meatball stroganoff. I made that a few weeks ago. From Fix8. I think that one might be, I think that's a Fix8 2. That one is a Fix8 2 recipe, so it's in the Fix8 2 cookbook. It is not online. But we made that, and I was like, oh, I forgot how good that is. So I'll have that again. Let's fix it. It's Fix8 2. And then the other thing that I added to the meal plan is this overstuffed turkey club, and then the mayonnaise is the teaspoon. So the turkey club actually has olives in it, like an olive tapenade or something in it, and so that actually contains the orange container. So I will make those for Wednesday, which will be easy, and then that becomes lunch. And then on Thursdays we usually eat leftovers. Like I mentioned, Friday and Saturday for lunch, I leave it open for a salad or sandwich or whatever else we have left over. And then Friday, we usually eat out as well as on Saturday. So that is pretty much my meal plan for next week. I am excited about the recipes in the meal plan and excited about getting closer to our trip coming up and preparing for that. I will say that I have noticed I've noticed physically, but also scale-wise. I guess since January, I tried to cut out like alcohol and all the extra treats. I was having a lot of candy, cookies, all of those things, which you can still have all those things on Portion Fix if you're following Portion Fix, but there's a limit to them. It's not 3 a day, it's 3 a week. So you can still enjoy those things, but I have noticed that since I cut those things out, with a few occasional here and there, that the scale has gone down, and I have noticed some differences as well. So what you eat does have a lot to do with how you feel and how you look. So, and I am looking forward to the gut and the 4-week gut health protocol that's coming out soon from Autumn. I have done an elimination diet before, which I think it's going to be very similar to that. And so I think it's very interesting. I think it's information that everybody should know about themselves. Kind of even healthy foods. Like I have a food sensitivity to chia seeds, which are super healthy, but in my body they're not. It's not. It causes bloating and things like that. So very, very interesting information. So be sure to check that out on the website if you want more information about that. Let me know, and I am happy to get you set up with that when it comes out. But I hope you guys have a great evening and a great week.